Hello, I'm Father Joe Gambala, pastor of St. Malachy Catholic Church. Today is Monday of the 27th week in Ordinary Time, and our reading is from the Holy Gospel according to St. Luke. There was a scholar of the law who stood up to test Jesus and say, "Teacher, what must I do to inherit eternal life?" And Jesus said to him, "What is written in the law? How do you read it?" He said in reply, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your being, with all your strength, with all your mind, and your neighbor as yourself." Jesus replied to him, "You have answered correctly. Do this and you will live." But because he wished to justify himself, he said to Jesus, "Who is my neighbor?" Jesus replied, "A man fell victim to robbers as he went down from Jerusalem to Jericho. They stripped and beat him and went off, leaving him half dead. A priest happened to be going down that road, but when he saw him, he passed on the opposite side. Likewise, a Levite came to that place, and when he saw him, he passed by on the opposite side. But a Samaritan traveler who came upon him was moved with compassion at the sight. He approached the victim, poured oil and wine over his wounds, and bandaged him. Then he lifted him up on his own animal and took him to an inn and cared for him. The next day, he took out 2 silver coins, gave them to the innkeeper with the instruction, 'Take care of him. If you spend more than what I have given you, I shall repay you on my way back.' Which of these 3, in your opinion, was neighbor to the robber's victim?" He answered, "The one who treated him with mercy." And Jesus said to them, "Go and do likewise." Gospel of the Lord. When we hear a story, we often identify with the character in the story. And if you were a good Jewish person, you would have a lot of difficulty with this story, because you don't want to be like the Levite or the priest, because they did nothing to help, so you can't identify with them. And the problem is you can't identify with the Samaritan either, because they hated the Samaritans. That only leaves the person in the ditch. We're the person in the ditch in this story. And the person that helping us is Jesus, in the disguise of a Samaritan. Because when Jesus dies on the cross, in the eyes of the Romans and the people, it would be an odious and hideous thing to see. Well, in many respects, that's how they saw Samaritans. But yet, that's how the salvation comes. The commandments are fulfilled in the person of Jesus himself, who saves us and heals us and gives us the gift of eternal life.